Matagal na ba kayo na naghihintay ng inyong immigrant visa interview sa US Embassy in Manila, Philippines? Well, in this video, isi-share ko po sa inyo some tips on how to request the embassy to expedite scheduling of your interview, as well as an example of a successful expedite request submitted to the US Embassy in Manila. Hello and welcome to The Immigrant Lawyer. Ako po si Leah and I'm an immigration attorney based in California. So at this stage in the process, siguro na-submit nyo na po ang inyong DS-260, the immigrant visa application, civil documents, and I-864, the affidavit of support and supporting documentation sa inyong Consular Electronic Application Center, SEAC portal. After you submit all the required documentation, the National Visa Center or NVC sends a letter indicating that your case is now documentarily complete or qualified. And after this, the US Embassy should schedule your interview. But because ang ating US Embassy in Manila is one of the busiest and biggest embassies in the world, it usually takes quite a long time for the embassy to schedule the in-person interview. And yung in-person interview po ang last step before receiving your immigrant visa and eventually entering the US, where you'll get your green card, the legal permanent resident card. Now, kung matagal na po since your case has been documentarily complete or qualified at wala pa kayong update from the US Embassy Manila at hindi pa po nasa-schedule ang inyong interview, pwede nyo po i-contact ang National Visa Center, ang NVC, with a request to expedite your interview. Email nvcexpedite@state.gov ang inyong case information and any supporting documentation na meron po kayo regarding your expedite request. So usually grounds for requesting an expedite po are medical reasons for either the beneficiary or petitioner, or kung yung petitioner nyo po nakatira sa US at kailangan yung beneficiary, yung support ng beneficiary sa US, those are some grounds to request an expedite. And once you email the NVC, yung NVC po will contact the US Embassy Manila to see if the embassy will accept or approve the expedite request. At pag na-accept and approve nung embassy yung expedite request, the beneficiary will get scheduled for an in-person interview. Recently, tumulong po ako ng isang family who was petitioning ang mother in the Philippines for a green card at matagal na po na nag-documentarily qualified and naghihintay for the interview. And this is the expedite request that we submitted and was successfully approved by the embassy, so that soon after, na-schedule na po yung mother for the in-person interview and she now has permanent residence in the US. But before we review the sample expedite request, subscribe po kayo sa channel if you're interested in learning more about US immigration updates, some parent and kid-friendly workouts, at tips for aspiring attorneys. So in this example po that we'll walk through, we have, "Dear officer, hope you are well. My name is," and I am the US citizen, or could also be permanent resident, son, daughter, parent, etc., and petitioner of the principal applicant. We respectfully request expedited scheduling of their immigrant visa interview at the US Embassy in Manila, Philippines due to urgent financial, medical, and humanitarian reasons concerning our family. So here po, you can fill in the blanks of whatever applies to your situation and some case background po for the next paragraph. Applicant's case has been pending with NVC, is documentarily qualified since certain date. And for example po, I urgently need the applicant here in the United States to help take care of my young US citizen children or support the family, whatever applies to your particular situation. And if the applicant themselves po struggles with anything in the Philippines. So in this case, where we successfully obtained an expedited interview, the applicant suffered from health conditions for which they take various medications. And the reasoning po that unfortunately the applicant is not receiving proper medical care in the Philippines because they cannot afford the high cost of healthcare there. With the applicant in the United States, they can receive proper medical care and treatment. And for the conclusion, our family needs the applicant in the United States with us so that we can take care of them and they can help support our family, which we urgently need. We have been waiting for many years to receive the applicant's visa, kind of just reiterating po na matagal na kayo na naghihintay. And in support of this request for expedited scheduling of the applicant's immigrant visa interview, kung meron kayong supporting documentation po na medical records, proof of expenses for the petitioner, those will be great to include to show that your case merits expedited processing. And importantly po, it will be great to include your NVC case number, invoice ID number, visa class priority date, information about your case so that the NVC can provide this information to the Manila Embassy, the US Embassy in Manila, and they can look at your case. Maraming salamat po for tuning into this video on how to request the US Embassy in Manila to expedite your interview. Feel free to leave me a comment below on any questions you might have, as well as other topics or information you'd like to hear from here at the Immigrant Lawyer, and also share your own experience with the NVC or the US Embassy in Manila. I'd love to hear from you. Again, this is Leah, the Immigrant Lawyer. See you next time.